Heyo duckies, and welcome to another episode of our OBS help and that. We're going to be looking at how to do a couple of different snap camera effects like this one that you're seeing right now with me, Turtleodes, and we're going to have a look at how to set them up on hotkeys and get them as interactive channel points. So if that's something up your street, let's just dive into it, alright? Sorry for the terrible impression. Put your rock over the stone, let's go! Right, so jumping into this, we are going to need a piece of software called Snap Camera. You can get it from this website just here. I'm going to leave the link in the description. All you need to do is go and press download. It's going to ask you to make sure that you read the license agreement. So, yeah, spend some time and read through this. Probably tells you that they own your soul and some other stuff in there. That's, yeah. So just press, I've read it, and type in your email in there so you get loads of spam and stuff from them. You're not a robot. Unless you are a robot, then don't press that, because otherwise it won't work. And then just press download for PC or download for Mac, whichever you are using. Once that's downloaded, run through the exe install as you normally would. I think mine's here somewhere. Just run through the exe, install it, just next, all that jazz to run through that. I've already got it installed, so I don't need to. And then open it up. So once you open Snap Camera, you'll be greeted with a screen that looks a little bit like this. And to be honest, I was a little bit confused about their interface. If I'm totally honest, it was a little bit confusing. I was kind of like, where is everything? Why is it really small? I mean, I can resize it, but it doesn't really help. And I was just getting a little bit confused at what was where. But after just taking a little relax and working it out, it's all easy to understand once it's done. We want to hit the settings button in the top right just there. Choose your cam. So this is my only grumble with this software. So as you can see right here, I can only choose my HD Pro Cam and my game capture because it wants to use a physical USB device. Whereas I like to use virtual cameras, as you probably know, within OBS. So if anybody can think of a workaround for this, or if we can tell Snap Camera to sort it out and let us use virtual inputs. I know that we could use a piece of software, I can't remember what it's called, Camera Split or something like that, but that is quite resource intensive, and we don't really want that, do we? We like to keep things as minimalistic as possible. Yes, SnapCam does use quite a bit of CPU power, so do watch out for that. But select your cam and get that selected. Choose the resolution and stuff. Choose your microphone. Run SnapCam on startup. That'll just make sure that it's all running in the background before you start your stream and everything. All these are personal preference, whether or not you want to optimize for a green screen. Just run through all these settings. The only thing that you really need to worry about is setting maybe a trigger lens effect, because certain camera effects have different effects that happen when you do a certain trigger. So I've just done control and num 0. You can do any hotkey you want. You don't really need to worry about adding photos or turning lenses on and off, because we're going to use them individually as hotkeys. So that's pretty much all you need to do to start with. Press back at the top and you'll be able to see some stuff. Because we're not using virtual cameras, if I turn one of these on, you'll see that it'll change on the video as well. But I think I look a little bit better like this, actually. Let's do video like this. So once we've selected which one we want, we can press the little favorites button just there, and it'll add it to this top left hand corner. So we press favorites, and you can see I've got my grandpa one just here, and I've got the new cartoon one just here. So if I click on the hotkeys menu just here, lens hotkeys, you'll see I've got control num 1 for grandpa, and now I'm going to press add a hotkey for this one and do control num 2. Press save, and now if I press num 1, we'll go to grandpa. Oh, meows, are you alright? Num 2, and we'll go to cartoon me, which is kind of beautiful. And if I press control num 2 again, it'll turn it off. So press back. That is all good to go. I suppose one thing that we could do in settings is if we turn on the lens on and off key, I'm going to use control num dot. So no matter which lens I'm on, if I press control num dot, it'll just turn that lens off completely. So if that makes sense, let's do that. Press back. And now we need to set up a way of activating it. So for my example, I'm going to use LioranBoard. As you can see just here, if I press new deck, I'm just going to create a button. So I'm going to right click and create a button and call this turtle. For now, you can use any software. You can use Touch Portal. BQBot, I believe, is getting hotkeys as well soon. So on Turtle, we're just going to right click and we're going to add a keyboard macro. So when this button is pressed, it's going to do a keyboard macro. So I'm going to press the plus sign. I'm going to do control, and then I'm going to do the plus sign again, and I'm going to do 1 because that's what we set up. Numpad 1 and left control to turn the turtle on. And I'm just going to leave the delay at 0 and duration at 100 milliseconds because that means it'll just press it a little. Any shorter than that, it sometimes doesn't register it. So I'm just going to press done. And then I'm going to copy this and going to paste it here and do this one as turtle, but we'll do cartoon for this one. And we'll set up where is it? The hotkey again, edit the key, and we'll change it to numpad 2. Press done, and I'm going to paste it once more, and I'm going to change this one to off. So we've got control 1, control 2, and then we're going to do control dot for this one. So if I do edit keyboard macro, left control dot, press done, and now whenever these buttons are pressed on my stream deck or anything like that, it'll activate them. But we want it as like a Twitch command, don't we? So if we right click on each one of these and do a Twitch trigger, for instance, press the plus sign, and I'm going to do a chat message. You could do it as anything. You could do it as a bits reward, a sub, or anything like that. Completely up to you. I'm going to do exclamation mark turtle in here. For that one, I'm going to change this one as exclamation mark cartoon. So cartoon, like so, and off, I'm going to do it as off. Again, you can do different things, so you can have it last a certain amount of time, and then it automatically turns off. I'll show you that next. So if I press done, press done again, make sure everything's connected to Twitch there. And now if I jump in here, you're probably going to see that I've got a dark background. We need to add in my camera. So if I press the plus sign, go to virtual capture device. I'm just going to call it that for now. Press OK. And we're going to select the snap camera just in there. So we're all on, ready to go now. As you can see, there's a little bit of latency because I'm using like multiple instances of OBS and stuff. But don't worry about that. It shouldn't really affect you. So if I start typing in exclamation mark turtle, you'll see I'm back to being a teacher. I'm a teacher. What? Exclamation mark off to turn it off. And I could do the same with cartoon as well, and then I could turn that off as well whenever I want to, like so. So now you're thinking, oh, what happens if I only want it on for a certain amount of time when something happens? So if I go to the new deck again, and we'll say the cartoon one, right click this, and I'm going to edit the keyboard macro because we want it to turn off after a certain amount of time. So I'm going to press the plus sign, left control again, and the dot, because that's what we set up to remove any kind of filters on inside of the Snap Camera app. But this time I'm going to add a delay of 5,000 milliseconds. So it's going to wait 5 seconds and then turn off. Press done again. And now when I use cartoon, like so, it'll turn me into a cartoon for a total of 5 seconds and then automatically turn off as well, just like that. And that is basically how to get all set up and working with Snap Camera. There's some really cool uses on there. There's so many creative things that you can do and add to your stream. I mean, if this is too resource intensive for your computer, then I am actually doing another video where, well, if you follow me on Twitter, you probably would have seen what we've been doing on stream at the minute. So just stay tuned for that. There's a less intensive resource one, and you can make it your own, super simple. It's not 3D like the Snap Camera ones, but it is there. Like I say, just be careful on your CPU usage and everything like that. You don't want to add too much into your streams that are heavy like this. You want to stay away from it a little bit, but obviously if you've got the power, then definitely do it. So that is pretty much everything that you need to know about Snap Camera. If you've got any questions, let me know in the comments or let me know in the Discord. And these videos do take me a while, so consider joining on the YouTube channel, members, club, people, or the Patreon team as well. It would be greatly appreciated. So put your rock over the stone. Thank you so much, and I'll see you in the next one. I just want to say a huge thanks to all my patrons that help make this content full-time, make it free for you guys, and also a huge thanks to all my YouTube members. You guys are legends. Thank you so much for everything that you do for me and the community. Keep it up, guys.